And we're back. So, I've added all those chains that I said that I wanted to add. I think it's turned out pretty nice. And I've added all the glass up there, like I wanted to add. And then I added the completed portion of the dome. It's not domed off, just the footprint of the dome is finished. And then I decided to add these walls. I haven't been using walls as much as I should have throughout the rest of the build. I like the geometry they bring to the table. And then I've been, of course, scrounging up black stone and other such things. Just trying to get everything, you know, anticipated, or in anticipation for 1.17. Dark Takanuva has been making a drowned farm, and I've had my own little drowned farm, sort of. It's not completed. His is probably better off than mine for right now. But I've been doing stuff like that. I got 2 maximum enchanted tridents, one with Riptide and the other with channeling, so we can finally get mob skulls. That's gonna be interesting. And then, what else am I? Oh yeah, the obsidian. I've managed to get all the obsidian that I care to mine for right now. The pigment farms are going to be up at the very tip top, as I've said before. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting little thing. I know I haven't done anything in like a week. I hadn't really properly explained why. I got the second half of the corona vaccine last Friday, and it knocked me out all weekend. Like, I felt like shit. And I recovered from it fairly quickly, because it was just standard side effects. It wasn't anything special. But I just didn't feel like doing anything, you know. I became a lazy piece of shit as a result. And then I got roped into doing the SMP thing. If you watched that live stream yesterday, yeah, I'm not doing that again. That was embarrassing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I did not properly vet who was going to be there. I didn't make up any of the rules or know what was going on, other than just, hey, join this server and stream. And I'm not making that mistake again. We have totems. No, I have yet to make a platform to spawn trolls in. Oh, that's another big thing I've been doing. I've been making a patrol platform. I've got to make it dark enough for them to spawn in. Like, patrols spawn in a weird pattern. I'll get to that some other time. But I've got to make a specialized farm. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Oh yeah, I also changed my skin just because I wanted something more attuned to me, I guess is a good way to put it. Something more my own style. Yeah, these walls are gonna spawn mobs like crazy. But oh well. In-game matters and fucking my fingers, I tell you, they're retarded. Also, I'm fairly certain I don't have enough blackstone to finish the dome off. So I'm definitely going to have to go back and chew through as much as possible of that area. For those of you who didn't watch that live stream, I just, at the very end, as the server went down, I came back to here and just started mining blackstone because it was way more productive, at least I feel, than doing literally any of that. So yeah, I showed off the area where I'm mining up most of my blackstone. Until I can get the gold farm, ironically, I won't have a continuous infinite source of it, so it's going to be a little difficult to finish this upper area in a quick, timely manner. I really love the fact that you can jump from a height like this and just make it up 3 or 4 blocks when you technically shouldn't be able to. So yeah, hopefully I can wrangle myself into a more regular schedule and just keep going. But I swear every weekend, as much as I enjoy the weekends, I get myself off my schedule and it's easier to not do anything, you know? I guess it's sort of like working out. How you'll get into a habit of, working out and doing what you should be. And then after a while, if you break that routine, you pay for it. And you just don't feel like returning to the routine. Really, really annoying and hard to make yourself do something. But definitely is necessary. Oh yeah, Justimo came on. He said he'd been taking a break for a while, so hopefully he'll appear more often. Oops. I'm surprised none of these ledges have spawned mobs yet. Having another person on might be beneficial if he's loading like his little area and is generating mobs. If he's hoarding them all at his place, then hey, that works. Like, I'll take it. Owie. Yep. There are the baddies. Well, I'm really not worried now, because any zombies that spawn up here have no way to survive if they were to fall down. Like, there are too many falls for them to take fatal fall damage, and so they wouldn't be able to, like, track their way to villagers or anything of that nature. So, like, it doesn't have to be absolutely spawn-proofed up here anymore, but, like, yeah. I guess the creepers and the creeper and spider up there fell off. I don't see them, and that makes me nervous. Oh. Please, Mr. Spider, don't. I have a family. Wow, how is he able to hit me through that? 3B. Huh. Not able to do it. Oh, there we go. Creeper. Whatever. Huh. Whoops. Owie. getting low on spider eyes, so I might want to start killing them manually soon. Coming to Minecraft soon. If I would have seen plans, I would have thought it's a modded version of the game. Yeah, that's a great point. The beginnings of Minecraft versus where we are today is just night and day. Like there's almost, well, not almost, but there seem to be fewer and fewer and fewer points in common that we would have with older versions. Yeah, simple block game no more, exactly. And I'm happy that it's not a simple block game anymore, because I was perfectly happy to play it when it was simple block game. And that was fine. I didn't have anything against that. But that game would have died out a long time ago, had it stayed that way. But by becoming interesting engineer block game with, like, a difficulty element to it, that made it worth your while to stick around and get better. It made it worth your while to try and build big, crazy abominations like this place. You could do stuff like that, whereas, you know, you couldn't. Like, I remember an old video, I don't even know if it's still on YouTube or where it is, of some SMP server that a bunch of people just sort of put together, and they had a server-wide event where they came together and built this giant castle. And mind you, this is like beta 1.5 or 6. Sandstone was brand new. That's how old this is. And they made a castle out of like logs, sandstone, smooth stone, just whatever materials they could get their hands on at the time. And you could probably fit that entire castle inside this dome. That's how small it was. But for the time, that was amazing, because I hadn't really seen a whole lot of people do stuff like that. And YouTube videos, they were like cat memes and stupid viral bullshit. That was YouTube. That was YouTube all the way up to like 2012, 2013. And, you know, you didn't get a whole lot of good, amazing stuff on Minecraft at the time. And so when I saw that, it blew me away that a bunch of people could come together and make stuff like that. Now, I'm sure if you had that castle here today, it would be okay to look at. It would be cute. But I guarantee you there was a lot of use your imagination kind of stuff. You know, this is a drawer, this is a table, this is a, you know, whatever. And yeah, it's no different than that over there. Sure. But that over there looks infinitely more convincing than all the stuff that you'd used to have to do, you know, way back in the day. And then combine that with all the ease of life, quality of life fixes and stuff they've used. It just, it makes it really hard to go back. I would much rather the game stay as complex as it is, and get more complex as time goes on. Like, for a while there, like, this is really not something people talk about. I really only ever saw this talk on 4chan, and that was people thought for a good almost year, like practically right up until Notch left, people thought that this game was going to become basically another Dwarf Fortress, because Dwarf Fortress was extremely popular at the time, and Dwarf Fortress is still insanely popular. It's crazy what Dwarf Fort has, how much that game has undergone change-wise. I never played Dwarf Fortress. It was always too intimidating because there was just so much complexity to it. I didn't want to dive into it. And, yeah, it's just one of those things where I was like, gee, that's a really fun-looking thing to watch, but I don't really want to do it. I don't want to be part of that. And so people were kind of under the impression that Notch was going to make Minecraft that way. And you know, given enough time, given enough years, that might kind of come to pass. 5 years, 6 years, 10 years down the road, if Minecraft is still going, and I don't see a reason why it won't be. Yeah, I could see it being maybe not as complex as Dwarf Fort, but certainly its own sort of miniature juggernaut. And I know that's an oxymoron, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's its own crazy hodgepodge of what the fuck, what is this, what do I do, where do I go? And then you just dive into trees of tech progression and armor progression and all sorts of things like that. And I could really see that being interesting. So I don't know. I don't know. The charm of the game is, in all honesty, the old charm of the game is long dead. But I'm not necessarily against the new charm of the game. It's just that the new charm of the game, it's because Microsoft controls this entire game now. Like, I can tell that it's going to get a little bit more corporate as time goes on, and that's going to like, that's going to kill fun. Corporate is fun kill. Fun sponging. Like, nobody wants corporatism. Nobody likes that shit. Hell, not even people stuck in the corporate machine like that shit. So yeah, here's hoping it doesn't crash and burn. Alright. Well, got that one little patch left to go. Lots and lots and lots of stone left to place. I'll just make it as I go, because I'm going to be high up on the ridges. And that's going to do it for today. I'm going to consolidate these boxes first. Okay. I'm going to deposit these real quick, and that be the end of it. I sure hope nobody is afraid of heights watching these videos. That sure would be a shame for anyone who's afraid of heights. Boy, wouldn't it just be terrible for you to be afraid of heights? I mean, just look at all these heights. Catch y'all later.